Hey everyone, and welcome to my first weekly pickups video. Now this is a series of videos I'm going to be doing every week this year where I'm going to be showing you guys everything that I picked up in video games that week. Now I'm doing this because very recently I've started buying a lot more games. Pretty much because I've bought a lot of the games I really want, or need rather, like for my collection, and so now I'm getting into some of the more interesting, weird, maybe left of field sort of stuff. And also I've got a bit more money now than I had when I started collecting, and in the last few months of 2018 I really started collecting quite a lot more. Now you've seen my game collection in the background of a lot of videos for like when I hold up games and that sort of thing. And if you go back to the beginning of Season 1, or indeed most of the episodes of Season 1, that 2 stacks of games that you see next to me, the ones that were knocked over at the end of Finding Nemo, that was my entire PS2 and Xbox collection at that time. Now, if you've seen some of the insert shots from the later reviews, whenever I'm like holding up a case, I think particularly Britney's Dance Beat shows you some good ones, and you can also see it in the corner of the Christmas special. Those shelves, those big wooden shelves, are now completely full of games because I've just been buying more. So I thought, why not document it a little bit? Now, a lot of the games I buy are to resell, but this set here is all ones I intend to keep. And also in the series I'm going to talk a bit more about my collecting rationale, how I decide what to buy, because basically I'm at the point in collecting where you know, I kind of collect everything I see. So just a couple words on what I collect. The vast majority of games I buy are PS2 because I live in Australia and that is the most common system to find. Technically I collect any video game system. I collect everything from Wii to Xbox to PS3 to SNES, N64, even PC50X if I can find them. So far, I don't think I've been able to. No, I've only got the one, but I'd buy them if I found them at the right price. So yeah, just about collect everything, but the vast majority of stuff you're going to see me with is PS2, DS, GBA, that sort of stuff. So also these first few episodes, it's going to be boiling, so. Yeah, I'm melting. Big Australians, we have a really hot summer this year in Australia. So without further ado, let's get on it. So we'll start with the odd ones out we have here. Now the first game is one I actually kind of regret buying. I bought this yesterday, and it's Spyro Fusion. There we are. Now this game was part of a series of 2 crossover games between Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, the 2 big PlayStation mascots at the time, and I couldn't remember, because I was sitting there looking at it, I couldn't remember whether it was Spyro Fusion or Crash Fusion, known in other regions as Crash Purple and Spyro Orange. I could not remember which one was supposed to be the good one, because I know one's a lot better than the other. And it turns out this one isn't it. I checked the Kidicus review when I got home. Now the price, it says $4 on the back, that was 40% off. So I paid about $2.50-ish. So a pretty good buy at that price. And I bought that at the same time that I bought Trauma Center Second Opinion for the Wii. This is an Atlas visual novel, which I believe combines a visual novel with a sort of surgeon simulator. It's complete in box, you see. Yeah, I don't actually know much about this game, but it is Atlas and it was cheap. These 2 together were $6, so $3 a game. I thought I'd take that. And yeah, it was just an interesting looking game. I haven't really had much of a history with visual novels. Me and my girlfriend and I are playing through Doki Doki Literature Club at the moment. So yeah, no spoilers please. But yeah, so that's that one. Now we get on to the PS2s. Now I believe all of these were purchased, from CEX. So let's get on with the first one. From Parramatta CEX, we have Freaky Flyers. Now, as it's going to be a running theme of a lot of these, I don't know much about these games. But generally I test them out for a little bit to decide whether or not to keep them after buying. I have a rule that I never buy a game that I can't easily resell for more than I bought it for, unless it costs $2 or less. $2 is what I call my effort point. There's a longer word attached to that F, but yeah, that's my effort point. Below that price, I'd just go screw it, I'll try almost anything. But yeah, Freaky Flyers, it's a sort of a kart racing game with planes. So I guess like Diddy Kong Racing, but then again, I've never played Diddy Kong. Story behind that, but pressing on. Surprisingly enough, it says on the back, the first marketing point, of which there are only 3, are 14 alluring characters plus dozens of hidden characters. Now, number 1, starting off with 14 characters pretty good, but having multiple dozens of unlockable characters, that's quite a feat. But also, they describe them as alluring. You know, we've got very nice, sexy poses at the back there. You know, we've got Who's Gazongas on the front, and it's rated G8+. Interestingly, so that tells me that the bark is worse than the bite on this one. But yeah, I tried it out a bit, gave it a couple races. It's basically, yeah, just flying around in carts. But interestingly, and I haven't fiddled around with the options, so there might be a way to turn this off, but it's auto-leveling. So, like, you dip down and you dip up, and as soon as you release the stick, it will auto-center back to level, which is not a way I'm used to controlling planes. I'm very much used to ace combat and that sort of thing. But, yeah, so it's interesting controls. I'll have a bit of a grapple with it if it doesn't work out, and yeah, I'll sell it on, as I said. Now, with all these CEX games, basically take the price it says, for the most part, and cut it in half, because I've got a little trick. Basically, I've broken, pardon me, the CEX system. I can basically get something for nearly nothing, and maybe one day I'll go into detail about that, but for right now, I'm going to keep it to myself. So yeah, so I paid about $2 for this. Not bad. Next one we have Hunter, The Reckoning, Wayward for PS2. So I'll try and get them in better light. There we are. Now this is a twin-stick strafe shooter with melee combat. So basically you start off with melee and then you can gain projectile weapons. And yeah, this looks pretty cool. Yeah, I paid about $2 for it again. And it's complete, and yeah, you fight zombies that spawn in waves in small areas with twin stick controls again. I've never really gone hardcore into a twin stick. I've got Smash TV on a compilation which I really want to try, but yeah, it felt pretty alright. So I don't know why I've actually seen this game a lot in the past, and a lot of different times. I don't know why I've put off buying it for so long. Because it's not the cheapest game online, but yeah, $2 for that. Next we have Sega Superstars Tennis. I bought this because I want to try out some of these Sega Sports All-Stars games. I know there's soccer, there's of course the Sonic racing games. I've really wanted to try them out before. And yeah, I just thought I'd start with this because, you know, it was $1, well, 50 cents. Now, here is one that I've wanted for quite a while, and I never thought I'd pay this much for it, but I did, and it is Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves. Now, I paid less than $5 for the other 2 Sly games, and this game here completes what I call the PlayStation 2 Triple Trilogy. That is Ratchet & Clank 1, 2, 3, Jak and Daxter 1, 2, 3, and of course Sly Cooper 1, 2, 3. And of course Jak and Daxter have an extra 2 games, and Ratchet and Clank an extra 3, but whatever. Anyway, so this is, yeah, Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves. And I'd always said to myself whenever I saw this, because I've never seen this game in the wild, pretty impressive. And by in the wild, I mean outside of a resale store. And when I say that, I mean basically CEX and Game Traders, and any other independent video game specific store. So the wild includes op shops, flea markets, garage sales, and cash converters and other types of stores. But yeah, I'd always said to myself whenever I saw it, I'd go to the desk and I said, does it have the 3D glasses? And it would always invariably be no. But this time I went in there, and apparently a big PS2 collector in the area had just cashed in his whole collection basically. Whoops, a daisy. And it was all mint. This guy bought mint games. And he traded a lot in. So for $18 it had what I suspect is an unused pair of the Sly 3D glasses. But anyway, yeah, so now I've completed my PS2 triple trilogy for about $9. So that's very nice. Can't wait to get started with the Sly Cooper trilogy. I've never actually played it. Or Jack and Daxter for that matter. I played a lot of Ratchet and Clank, but yeah. So yeah, it occurs to me that the suspense is getting slightly less as the covers get more into frame, but no matter. So next we have, hey, hot potato. Next we have Maximo versus Army of Zin. So I have the original Maximo. I've played a tiny bit of it, and I liked it. Originally, this is all stuff from Mount Druitt CEX for the most part, including this one. Yeah, Maximo Army of Zin. I have the first Maximo, and I was originally going up to Mount Druitt to buy a lot of these other games. I wasn't initially going to buy this, so that actually pushed my spending amount up considerably, but it was all vouchers, so it's fine. But yeah, so I was originally they had listed the original Maximo, which they did also have. And this one was actually listed under the original Maximo, and my idea was I was going to buy the Maximo and sell it off to pay for a couple of these, because they sell Maximo for only about $6. So for me that would have been $3. But yeah, so I got there and they're like, oh, it's Army of Zin. I don't have Army of Zin. There's only 2 Maximo games, so I was well grab it, and it turned out it was even cheaper than that. So I don't know if you can actually see the cover that well. But yeah, so it's a hack and slash platformer-ish sort of thing. I like the Ghost and Goblin games. I've never played them a lot, but I really like the idea of them. So I'll hopefully be playing a lot more of those in the future. Next one is one I don't know if I'll be playing a lot of, because it seems very middling online, opinions of it. It's called Shifters for PS2. First of all, really striking, really interesting cover. I'll see if I can show you that. It's got this really cool psychedelic yellow noise pattern for most of the case. It's really nice. I've played it. It's a hack and slash, beat 'em up sort of a deal. I've only played a bit. A lot of people online say it has a really terrible camera. Yeah, also really cool. You don't really see. I don't think you see discs like this in the NTSC region, but in the PAL you get this a lot. But this one has a really striking yellow on black and white disc, which just shows that they might be a budget publisher, but unlike someone like Midas, they'll go a little extra mile to give you at least 3 colors on the disc. Yeah, black and white discs is quite common here, but yeah, a lot of people saying the camera was quite terrible. I was finding the controls a bit difficult to grapple with. For example, triangle is jump. So yeah, that took a bit of getting used to, and I think R1 is open door. But yeah, a lot of people have said it's quite poor, but it seemed okay. The hacking was perhaps a little bit monotonous, and the animations are definitely quite underdeveloped. But I'll give it a chance. I'll see what happens. Who knows, maybe we'll get a video out of it. It's called Shifters. Let's see. The world has begun to change. Deadly creatures, metal and flesh roam the lands. Their origin, a complete mystery. Structures of steel and steam, ooh, I like that, have begun to replace once quaint medieval villages. Somehow, you know there is a connection between these bizarre changes and your own newfound power to shapeshift. Okay. Stop the paradox and reverse the damage before the universe is over. It seems alright. Sounds alright. Probably a nice puzzle platform or something like that. But yeah, I'll give it a try. Something I like to collect, and a lot of collectors will be ready to crucify me for this, but not as much for when I talk about some of my other collecting habits. But I kind of like collecting these. Yeah, stickers. I don't know, something about these like big, bold, early 2000s new release stickers. I like them, especially when there's a lot of them from different older replay stuff. I don't care much for the EB Game stickers I grew up with, because, you know, I grew up with them. I know, like these things, like they're an eyesore to me. And you get them all the damn time. Look, they're all over the place. They've got 2 on this one. They cover the barcode. I don't care much for those. CEX stickers, yeah, they're really big. But stuff like that. And I've also got a Dukes of Hazzard game, which is a huge $50 sticker. And I like that sort of thing. And when there's multiple ones, especially when they go through multiple sales, I don't know. It says something about the history of the specific game. And, yeah, I like it. There's actually one specific sticker I'm looking for. So if any of you guys have this out there, get in contact with me, because I will pay a little bit for it. We can trade something. That's more likely. It's a Phoenix game sticker. You can find it only on a couple different Phoenix games. I've only ever seen it complete on the London Taxi game. And I've also got a damaged version of it on my City Kids Soccer game. And it's any Phoenix games, 2 for $19.99 or however much it is, and it's got like purple flames. And if any of you have that sticker, get in contact me. We will work something out. But yeah, so not even interested in the game, just want the sticker. I'll take the stuff out of the case and put in a new one. I'll put it in Road Rage 3. That's a good one. Yeah, pressing onward, we have Orphan, Scion of Sorcery. I believe that is how it is pronounced. It could be Skyon. An Activision published JRPG. I don't recognize any other companies attached to it. Looks a lot like, I played a small amount of it, looks a lot like Kingdom Hearts and that sort of thing. Odd combat, weirdly turn-based and real-time combat. It looks very nice, you know, standard JRPG, fantasy fare, destroy all the monsters, no manual in this one, but I bought it because, yeah, it's quite cheap. I got it for about, yeah, $1.50, about that. And, oh, wait a second. Speaking of collecting stickers, it looks like I've missed out on this. Some employee probably at sometimes tried to remove it, but, you know. It looks like this used to have a Video Easy sticker on it, and Video Easy was my rental of choice as a child, and it's not a rental copy, so, or at least it doesn't have like the disc lamination that I hate, which is interesting. That's a pity. I would have liked to have that sticker. Anyway, that JRPG. Speaking of you know, there's rental stickers. I find it hilarious. You find PS1 games every so often from Video Easy or Blockbuster, which they're laminated, because that's what they did to protect the data side of the disc. But they also have, beneath that lamination, a sticker that says, removal of this sticker is evidence of tampering. This is on a CD, mind you. A CD, yeah. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's not as bad as Be Kind Rewind, but that was just like a general branding thing, so. Next we have a video that, Next we have a game that is very likely to be a video in Season 2, depending on how much material it gives me. It is Maken Shao Demon Sword. 15 is sticker price on here, so I paid about 7. That is more than I usually pay for a game. Now it eBays for about 20. So it's still within my rule of, you know, don't buy anything you can't resell higher. I do that so if I don't like a game, I'm not stuck with it. So I do not usually pay this much for games, unless there's something really quite extraordinary. But, yeah, let me show you why it might be a video game. Game for a video, rather. Yeah, you see that? See those 2 company names? That's right. Atlas and Midas. Midas is the sister, or practically, the sister company of Phoenix. It had several of the series, do crossovers, they have a lot of the similar style of games. Midas tends to have a better hit rate. They have better games, but yeah, it's another Atlas crossover with a really budget distributor, which is interesting. I've played a tiny bit of it, and it seems to have issues already. So I don't know about that. And of course, it's not as interesting to make a review about a bad Atlas game being done by Midas. But maybe I could spin it like it's a Midas game that was made by Atlas if it's crap. But regardless, this will probably be the sequel to Road Rage. Fortunately, no initial D reference on the front. But yes, it's a hack and slash. It has, you know, guard and all that. Making a man-made life form used to cure mental disease. Take control of this awesome creature in an adventure that takes you across the globe in a battle against a terrorist organization and a malevolent Chinese god. Okay, I'm more interested in this now. Brainjack? Oh dear, this is a Mindjack prequel, isn't it? Multi-layered game structure, secret characters, and okay, yeah, standard stuff. Okay, now this is actually looking a lot more interesting than I thought. Wait a minute, 440 kilobyte minimum for the save file. That's a bit pricey, isn't it? 440? It's like half of Gran Turismo. Okay, but anyway, yep. So this is the main reason I wanted to go up to Mount Druitt that day, because Mount Druitt's a bit of a trek for me, but it's always nice to go there. There's often good stuff. Yeah, so next one. Now this is one I bought from a local op shop, the Big Hard op shop. America's 10 Most Wanted, $2. Rather nice condition. The disc is near perfect. A couple of tiny scratches. I have said no to this game a number of times in the past. I've seen it just about everywhere at least once. If you remember, I did a big haul video a while ago for a Vader. Yeah, I said no to this then, but it was $2. It was a charity store. I had money. I was getting other games. This was in good nick. I thought I might as well try it out. Interestingly, this is a game where the Sony sticker actually covers a relevant piece of art, and the camera's starting to flash again, so I'll hurry up. But yeah, not much to say on this. I'll give it a try. If not, I'll get rid of it if I don't like it. Sims 2. I have The Sims 1. I have never played The Sims on a console or the PC. I've only dabbled in handheld versions. It was $2. You know, I already had The Sims 1 on PS2, so Sims 2. Nothing too interesting there. Super Monkey Ball Adventure. My sister got me this one just yesterday at a CEX. So yeah, I played the Super Monkey Ball DS game as a kid that we had. That was quite nice. I haven't played a Super Monkey Ball game in a long time, and I've been trying to get my hands on one, and this came up where she was, and yeah, I just told her to grab it for me. So this one I paid full price for. This was $4. But yeah, I'm excited to play Super Monkey Ball again. I don't know what one's supposed to be the best one. I know there's at least 2 for PS2, so yeah, there's that. And now our final game for today. This one looks exciting. This one will probably be a video depending on how much it's been covered in the past and how much material it gives me. Demolition Girl. This one is exciting. It's probably going to be a video. And well, basically it's about exactly what the cover looks like. It is no, not a bikini-clad girl flying jet fighters, but a giant bikini-clad girl being fought off by jet fighters. Yep. Okay, so yeah, I've been looking at this game a little bit. I've never actually read the back, so I didn't realize that until I had it in my hands. But yeah, it's from the good old Japan Simple 500 series that we all know and love, and it looks quite amazing. I can't wait to play it. I haven't tried it at all, maybe it's complete crap, maybe it's brilliant, but anyway, if there hasn't been a lot of coverage of this game on YouTube, it's probably going to be a video. It sounds that cool. And as I said, there's a bit of a story of how I ended up buying this. Basically, my sister was in Tuggerah yesterday, near the CEX, and she said she was going, and she asked me to check if I wanted anything. And I checked, and this game was there. There was also another DVD I wanted, but it said this game was sold out. Now, when it says that on the CEX website, it means most of the time that it had been bought recently online. So somebody had already bought the game online, but of course it was on the store shelf. And I just said, hey, just check if this game is still on the shelf. Maybe the staff haven't got to it yet. And they hadn't, and it was there. And so she walked on through and bought it. It wasn't flagged or anything in the system, so in all probability somebody is going to be feeling pretty disappointed now that a game that they bought online, you know, that they're not going to be getting, and they refund them and all that, but yeah, so that is the haul for week 1 of 2019. So yeah, I hope to do one of these every week. As it so happens that this week, the 7th, has fallen on a Monday. That is the day that they are probably going to be coming out. There are a number of things which may stop this. I might be away on the Monday. I might not have all the games with me. But Monday is a good time because that means after the weekend, when I usually do quite a bit of my game chasing, after the weekend I'll be able to come back and show you all of that. They might end up moving to a Tuesday for that reason. We'll see, because I'm not actually filming this on the Sunday. I'm filming it on the Saturday because I won't be going out again this week. But we'll see. We'll fall into a groove, I am sure. If I don't end up having a pickups video for whatever reason, if there's nothing, I'll probably put up some other piece of vlog style content. But also another thing that's going to be a component of these videos is I really like LGR's, Laser Game Reviews, thrift series, and at the end of them he usually shows pictures of things that other people have found. So and while thrifting, so I'd like to invite you, my viewers, to follow me on Twitter, and I'd like to see your weekly pickups. So but I'm going to do a bit more than LGR does. If you send me your thing, like a picture of your pickups and maybe a story about it, or whatever you want to send me, just tag me on Twitter at KeithShizuo. I'll comment on it. I'll say what I think of it, and yeah, whether I reckoned it was a good find or not. Well, it's going to be a good find. I say, if you're happy with it, you know, there's not much I can really do to say against it. But yeah, share them with me, and I'll share them on these videos. Yeah, that's about it, really. I'll also be sharing a lot of my pickups on Twitter if I think that people are following me who'd be interested. Now, a couple other things on the channel that I forgot to mention in my New Year's address because it was so hot, and actually it's quite hot now, so I'll do it quickly. I'm getting a Facebook page, which is going to be for the channel. Now, it's a lot of it is going to be memes made by resident meme lord Louis Frankie Tirano. So I'm just getting that all beautified and worked out. So yeah, that's going to be happening soon. Some of the memes might end up being posted on Twitter, but I don't think so. So if you're a fan of the channel and you have Facebook, it might be a good idea to follow it and have a bit of fun. Updates will be posted on that, of course. So yeah, I'll have links available to that as it becomes ready. And of course, finally, I'm also thinking of starting a Patreon. Now, realistically, with only 330 subscribers, I am not going to get very much at all. I might be lucky to get maybe 2 Patreon donators. But what it would allow me to do if I did start Patreon and did start getting, you know, maybe around $20–30 a month, is that it could go towards buying new equipment for the show. We could go towards buying games and fan request games. It would really help with the Yu-Gi-Oh reviews, because they are going to require me buying quite a lot of stuff. But yeah, so I'm thinking of starting that. In terms of rewards, I'd like to know if you're the kind of person who feel like they would chuck me $1 a month or something like that. Tell me the kind of stuff you'd like to see as rewards. I do have an artist friend, so I could do something similar to what Suede does, with his, certain tiers of patrons getting artwork. I don't know if I feel like showing it at the end of a lot of episodes like he does. It's not really my jam, but yeah. We could do Patreon-only live streams, Q&As, that sort of thing. Let's face it, if you have a Q, I'll A it. So, just in one of these videos probably. But yeah, so that's the developments coming up. Also, I really need to replace this camera. It's done well for me over the past 2 years now. I think I've had it. Yeah, that just about checks out. Yeah, 2 years. But it's not really up to scratch anymore. It's just the bargain basement Sony camcorder. I want to really upgrade to something mid-tier, maybe by Panasonic. One of those like about $600–700 range, because this thing was only about $300 when I bought it. So yeah. But anyway, yep, that's how it's going. So that's my pickups of the week. Hope to see some of your pickups soon. Again, Twitter is @KeithShizwo, the channel name, one word. And I hope to see you guys soon. See you guys next week for the next Keith Shizwo weekly pickups. See yous.